What's up again, guys? You know where I'm at, right in my backyard, Sacramento River. Just doing a little report today. The shad bite is doing pretty good. They're going to be biting all the way up till I would say July or so, when the salmon kind of start running up. Usually the salmon still chase them up the river a little bit still, but that's like the tail end of the shad. Salmon still closed, as I've heard, for this year. Hopefully next year it'll be picked up. The striper, I heard, they're catching them in the ocean, guys. They're catching them on the shore, so that means most of them head back. You can catch striper year-round on the Sac River. There are two runs. There's a migration run, and then there's a spring run where they spawn, and that's just ending. But they are still catching them in the Delta, Liberty Island, I've heard, Brandon Island, and just kind of around the Rio Vista area. I've heard they're still catching some decent striper. The bass bite's doing pretty good out there in the Delta. If you're headed out to the Delta, I would recommend going early morning, guys. It's always best to go early morning, even though the tides might not be right in the morning. That's just more in your favor. If the tides are right early morning, when the sun comes up, that's the best, guys. But just early morning, I would say, is going to be better right now than looking at the tides, because early morning these guys are just feeding as soon as they can, because this weather is really warm. So they're feeding early morning, and then they're going straight down, guys. They're going down and finding structure and stuff on the bottom, and they're hanging tight there until they get hungry or until they get spooked or whatever and have to move again. But top water is killer right now. Liberty Island area, Brandon Island, all around those areas, guys. If you could find some kind of shallows with weeds, good cover, just throw some top water, guys, and just keep casting out there. Just bomb them out there and just slowly take your time with them back, and you should be hooking up on some nice ones. I just got a new toy, so I'll be a new fishing toy, so I will be posting that real soon. I'm super excited about it. The problem is, guys, with these fish, it doesn't matter how good of a pull you have, how expensive of a lure you have. It does not matter if you're not on the fish or near the fish. So I got a super new high technology fish finder, and I'll be locating some fish with it. I'm setting it up here today and tomorrow, and we'll be fishing with it this weekend. And I'll be locating fish. It has all the new bells and whistles, has the down scan, down imaging, regular sonar, has the active target, it has everything, guys. So in my world, it's kind of cheating, but these days with these technologies, you can get right on these fish, and hopefully I'll be able to hook up and get on these fish pretty much every time I hit the water. If that's the case, I'll start hitting people up and seeing if they want to come on a little guide trip with me, and seeing if I could do that, if it works out. But this fish finder is amazing. It's a real pretty penny, but we'll get back to that in another video, guys. All the charters and the guides in the bay are killing it with striper and halibut right now, guys. I mean, they're just killing it. So you can book your trip, go out there, see what it's about. I've done it before. Maybe gonna do it again. It's super fun. You just go with a bunch of buddies and just catch fish all day, and they're limited out by like noon right now. So the halibut's super good bite, and the striper out there in the bay is good. All right, guys, here at the Sacramento River near the Knights Landing area, and you can see how much this water has gone down. See all these layers. If you look on the bank right here, you can see all these different layers. 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are layers it's dropped. Pretty recent too. So this water, when this heat comes like this, guys, it just sucks the water straight out of the system. But it's looking like it's clearing up really good. It's looking like probably a few feet or so. It's hard to tell with this wind on top of the water here. It's hard to tell, look down in it. But I could see with my polarized glasses on pretty good down pretty far here. And it's looking pretty darn clear. All right, so if you're casting lures, top water, anything like that, you're going to want to figure out what these fish are eating right now. And one of their main foods right now is going to be shad and crawdads, guys. And I have I caught a few crawdads here. Got my net. You just throw it out with some cat food in it, and get a bunch of crawdads. You put them on your hook. Some people rip the tails off, put just the tails on. If I fish with them, I'll rip the pinchers off and put them on live. And the bass love them. All bass love them. And the color, guys, the color is what you want to look for on the shad and on the crawdads, because that's their natural food right now. The crawdads are coming out thick. So I'll show you a little picture of what the crawdads look like. It's going to be a darker, not bluish, but like kind of darker reddish and a little bit of bluish in there maybe, but mainly just a dark red, maybe with some streaks in there or something. And that's kind of the color you're going for with your lure. You want that red imitating the crawdad color, and that gets their attention real good. And like I said, guys, right now it's kind of a tough time because it's hot right now, and these fish are getting a little lethargic, and the bite's a little harder. I was fishing on the boat the other day, and I had a few fish under the boat. They're just kind of hanging out, and I'm dropping a spoon directly on their head pretty much. And these things aren't biting. They just didn't want to eat. Like I said, it was kind of the middle of the day when I was fishing, probably early morning. They were just scooping up all these all the food and just whatever they're feeding on, and just got full, and they just wouldn't bite for the life of them. So that's the problem, guys, is if you're on the fish and they're just lethargic for whatever reason, just not feeding, it's going to be hard to catch them. So my best thing for you guys right now is early morning. Get that scent on the lures, if you're not using bait, and darker red colors and some shad colors are doing really good right now. But super early morning, and look for that shallow water where these fish are going to be feeding. But just always, if you're fishing for sturgeon, just make sure you check your local regulations, because they're tight this year. They're making them real strict. So don't get in trouble. Just look up your regulations and make sure you got your report card before you head out sturgeon fishing. Alright guys, we're on the delta right now. We are on, it's right in the middle of incoming high tide. High tide's about 8 p.m. today. And we got some chovies and some bluegill on right now. And it's just about in the middle of high tide, incoming high tide. So the fishing's just getting good right now. It's in the middle of the day. It's super windy out here right now. I just seen a sea lion go by not too long ago, so hopefully he's out of the area now, and the bite gets better right now. Been out for a few hours. See it? Well, I thought the fishing was gonna be good. Where's this guy at?